everyone. It is 7:30 on Sunday morning. We are headed out the door for a busy day, and here's what I am taking with me. Coffee and tea. So here is my coffee. I'm using the Great Value House Blend, which is actually really good. 10 ounces of this for 0 smart points, and I have 1 tablespoon of Dairy Star fat-free half and half for 0 smart points. My tea is the Teamy Skinny. It is 1 teaspoon of tea with some lemon juice for 0 smart points. And over here is the Teamy Colon tea, which I am steeping for later tonight. I have 3 of those, and I will drink that one later. I'm also bringing an apple just in case. That's all I got so far. Everything is 0 smart points.
Good Sunday morning, everybody. We are all packed up. We have 2 in the back seat, and we have some other ones in the back on the floor. We have bags for the homeless. This weekend, since there's so much going on and we still want to give, we decided to do breakfast Danish, 2 fruits, socks, donate by Jean, and toothbrushes, donated by Tracy and Dr. B. So today we are headed over to downtown LA. It is 7:54. Julie is going into CVS to grab some water, just because we forgot to buy some yesterday, and then we are off. We have the Walt's barn going on this morning also at 10 o'clock. For the general public. That is 11 to 3 at Griffith Park, the live steamers. Walt's Barn. Walt's Barn's free to explore and see Disney memorabilia. And then if you have time, go next door to the live steamers, where you can ride the trains for, I think it's $3.50 or $3.75 for adults, and it's like $2 or something for kids. So those are things that's going on today. Julie has, I believe she has her tea, and she has her coffee. If you watch her videos every day, it's pretty much the same coffee and same tea that she has all the time. Sorry about that. There's a little bit of background music. Let me just show you something that's really cool. I'll flip this around for you guys. Oh, I can't flip this around. So this right here is our sauna relaxation device. Thank you, Kat and Walt. We are enjoying the eucalyptus fumes as we speak. I enjoy it quite a bit. I like cupping my hand and taking a big whiff. Cupping your hand and take a big whiff. Cup your hand and take a big whiff. So that's what, whoa. So that's what's going on today for now. It is 7:55, and you have watched 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the videos so far. If you guys are watching my channel, I have, whoever had sent me their address, I have addressed your postcards, and they're going in the mail today. 1 day late due to Costco not doing the prints within an hour, but in 2 days. And then we went on our cruise, and so we got back yesterday, so I filled all those out, and they're stamped and ready to go. So look forward for a 4x6 postcard in the mail from me. I guess when Julie gets in the car, we're gone. We'll see ya. Currently we're at a location where there are 2 teenage kids, and last week the adult male, I want to say maybe the dad, but it was kind of weird the way that he said the girl. The girl is 8 years old, and my Aunt Sylvia donated some clothes for her. So yeah, they were just asking for clothes.
Okay, it's about 10 o'clock, and now we are done handing out all of our packages for the homeless. Saw a lot of old familiar faces today. They recognize us, we recognize them. I was kind of laughing at one of my little friends because she said, I have a visitor from out of town. So I was telling Eddie, it's just odd, you know, some people are really on their last leg and sleeping with their head on concrete, got nothing around them, nothing to their name. And then for other people, it's just a way of life. This is how they live. That tent is their house. My wife is in the next room and I have a visitor from out of town. So it's really different. It depends on the person, every family is different out here, but for some of them, it's really just a way of life. We saw there's a little family that lives in an RV in a motorhome, and last week or a couple weeks ago, they asked for some clothes for the little girl. So this week we brought her some clothes, and I was just, I was waiting for them to come to the door and just, you know, kind of standing there, and it's like anybody else's front yard. There's a bike there, there was a backpack and some random stuff, like maybe it was like a motorcycle motor or something that the dad was probably working on. I don't know. It's just, you know, a way of life for them. And yet the very first guy we saw this morning, he was walking around looking in garbage cans, and before I could get to him, as I was walking to him with some water and something to eat, he was drinking from a cup out of the garbage. So that makes me sad, because that's really desperate to be drinking out of the garbage. So anyway, all kinds of different people, all kinds of different situations. It's just nice to be able to bless them with a little something. Now we are at Walt's barn in Griffith Park, and we are going to donate our time for the next 4 hours and show people the barn and take admission, or it's actually free. There's no admission, but we tally people and make sure nobody gets run over by the trains and what other kind of stuff.
Answer questions.
I'm not good at that part.
Me neither. Let's go.
I don't know any answers, so we're gonna go in.
What's that?
These blow-up things gotta move.
Maybe under the CDC board if there isn't anywhere.
Yeah.
There's, I think the only thing underneath there are flyers. And they can be moved. Oh, Nathan? Yeah, we have a second item to donate. Okay, great. Right here. Yeah.
Good morning.
Nature's Wonderland.
Good morning.
And this is a working.
There's too many people. I'll go home.
Hey. And this is party time. He's with party early. And I'm going to go ahead and let you two.
So she oversaw the transition into CAPS technology.
Right.
And then a couple of other folks who were still, Gretchen was corralling folks. So we'll have a good round group of folks. And I understand, I saw Bob Gurr yesterday. He said he's going to stop by.
Oh, we get a lot of visitors,
Yeah,
especially in
yeah,
December.
yeah.
Possibly Floyd will come by.
Yes.
Possibly Margaret will come by.
Okay.
Possibly.
Margaret said she'd be here on.
Oh, okay. That's great. So thank you so much for coming and joining us today. And if, by the way, depending on the size of the crowds over there and where you're stationed, you may or may not have time to stop by and say hello. But I understand also some of your guests will be joining us at the party afterward.
yeah.
So you'll have an opportunity to speak with them then in a more social setting. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
One other thing I should also mention that we're going to be doing for social media, we have
I think that was great. What's your name, Al? Okay, hold on a second. JT Towers? Teddy Towers? This one is for you. Say your name. Tell everybody your name. Okay, stand in the middle. Right here, Teddy, in the middle. We're going to start with Teddy. Ready? I do the thing. Teddy Towers. tell everybody what's your name. All right, Teddy Towers, hold this microphone. And you're going to sing really loud. Ready? Say hi. Say happy holidays. Say my name is Teddy Towers. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's why. That's the one. Okay, now say.
I was born here,
Okay.
and when I was a year old, my parents moved to Montana.
Oh.
So I grew up in Montana with
Merry Christmas, Santa. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Oh my goodness. I'm allowed to. Thank you very much. Santa's newest helper. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. You can come and see me inside the barn. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Inkers and painters and animators and authors. Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my book. All right. Oh, but there. And I'll be right back.
We'll wait for you.
Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you. This nice patient man is going to carry them. You drop an arrow to where I am. Well, I learned so much. I had no idea.
I know.
Tinkerbell.
I am a woman. Something like that. She signed in. I got Alice. I signed in. What page is that? 248.
Okay guys, that was super fun. I met so many famous people today. Like I just can't even believe it. So turn left on West Alameda.
Turn left onto West Alameda Avenue, then turn right onto North Hollywood Way.
So we saw Bob Gurr again, who is a famous Disney Imagineer. We saw Floyd Norman, who was the first African-American animator hired by Walt in, I believe, the 50s. And I can't remember what he worked on, possibly the Jungle Book. We saw several animators, one of whom worked on Snow White. I don't know the other shows, but those were all of the ink and paint animators that were lined up at the table. The author of the ink and paint book, Mindy Norman, was on the far
North Hollywood Way.
Mindy Norman was on the far left of the table. I met the animator who worked on Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Black Cauldron.
The destination is on your left.
The Rescuers.
Hollywood Way.
What else? The Little Mermaid. That guy looked like Hollywood. He was pretty unique looking, but we just met so many. We even met, or saw, I didn't officially meet him, but I saw Walt Disney's great-great-grandson, so that's a rich person there. Anyway, we are now headed to the annual Christmas party of the Carolwood Society, who is the society who oversees and runs Walt's Barn. So, it's our second time volunteering, and we get to go to the Christmas party. I'm having an apple. I've had nothing all day. You already ate.
A piece of cake.
You can have a bite of my apple. I'm having an apple because I've had nothing all day except my coffee, and I'm kind of dying, and I had to cut a birthday cake from Porto's, no less. So I cut the entire birthday cake, did not have a single piece, did not lick the knife or anything. There were bagels and cream cheese and muffins and croissants and danishes this morning. Nothing. I had nothing. I am determined to stay on track right now because my weight is most definitely up from this weekend from the cruise, which, as I said, was totally worth it. But now it's time to get myself in check. We're going to a barbecue restaurant, Hollywood Barbecue and Grill or something. So I'm looking for chicken possibly, and maybe a salad or a little bit of beans. Corn on the cob, I don't know, something like that, but it should be very, very easy to find something that I can eat for low points. What'd you say?
No beans.
No beans, he says. Eddie knows my gut.
Please.
Okay guys, Christmas party is over.
Julie wanted to go to Christmas party.
That's like my one and only Christmas party for this entire year. So I hope you enjoyed it.
People wished you Happy New Year, so there you go.
That was it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. That's it for your whole year. Anyway, it was pretty fun. A lot of new people, meeting a lot of new friends, talking to a lot of Disney people. It was pretty fun though. The food was not like the best ever, but let me run down what I had.
What do you mean it wasn't the best ever?
I think I forgot to count the tri-tip.
Oh no.
Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm gonna try and run down for you guys everything I had, and hopefully I remember all this. First of all, I had 3 glasses of red wine, 15 ounces for 13 smart points. First plate I had, this was like a buffet style kind of thing, so, and really it wasn't that exciting. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't exciting. First plate I had salad. Yes, lots of salad for 0 smart points. I had 1.5 ears of corn on the cob for 0 smart points. I had 2 chicken breasts with the skin removed. I think it was probably 5 ounces. I counted 6, but whatever, we don't have to count it. So chicken breast, 0 smart points. That was my first round, salad, corn on the cob, and chicken breast. Second plate I was searching for another chicken breast, and I got chicken thigh. I think I counted 2.5 or 3 ounces of chicken thigh. Whatever I counted was 3 smart points, and I removed the skin on both the chicken thigh and the chicken breast. So 3 smart points for chicken thigh. Then I wanted to try the mashed potatoes, so I got a 4th cup of mashed potatoes for 2 smart points. And then I had another half ear of corn for 0 smart points. I had more salad, 0 smart points. I had literally 1.5 ounces of tri-tip for 1 smart point, and 1 bite of macaroni and cheese for 1 smart point. So all of that together is, hang on. Okay, all of that together with the wine is 20 smart points. 20 points with 13 of that being wine is 7 smart points. And how do I feel? I do not feel satisfied at all. So I want to go home and I want to eat more and I want to drink more. So that's not good. I feel like I was able to make some pretty decent choices. I wish I would not have had the extra points that I had with the second plate. If I'd have been able to have the chicken breast and then just some salad and corn on the second plate, I would have been doing a lot better. But you know, a point here and a point there, they all add up. And then the red wine that I'm drinking actually has more smart points than the grapefruit sangria that I usually drink. I just feel overall unsatisfied. Like I feel okay, but not satisfied. So I'm probably going to go home and eat more and drink more, which on the one hand is okay, because what I'd really like to go home and eat is, get this, I am still craving poached eggs. So I want to go home and just make 2 poached eggs and eat 2 poached eggs. The bad thing is I also want to go home and have a couple glasses of wine, 2 to 3 glasses of wine. So I'm not sure yet what I will have. The poached eggs, yes, for sure. The wine, I could either have 2 glasses of the mulled spiced wine. That would be, I think, 16 smart points. I could have 2 glasses of a red wine that I brought home from Mexico, and that would be 16, I believe, 14 or 15 smart points. Or I could have a bottle of grapefruit Bellini, which would be 18 smart points. So I'm not sure yet what actually sounds the best. Honestly, I think what sounds the best now that I've already had red wine is probably just a nice red wine. 2 to 3 glasses. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll show you guys what I have. I'm going to be over on my points tonight, but it's okay. I'm doing my best, living my life, trying my best. So we are headed to the dollar store to get a couple things for my lunch, and then tell you guys that we have like serious beginner's luck or something, because this was literally our second time volunteering at Walt's barn, our first Christmas party, and we won the second biggest Christmas raffle prize. Yes, you guys would not believe it. I didn't believe it. They didn't believe it. So we won this big, beautiful blue Keurig. So yes, I now have an awesome Keurig machine, which I am definitely going to, I've had my Keurig for what, like 2 or 3 years now, so I'm going to hang on to this one and probably use it or unpack it as soon as I move at some point. So that's awesome. That's my Christmas present. We also got a book called, it was something about trains, all about Disney trains, right?
All about something.
Disney trains. That would be Eddie's Christmas present because he loves Disney and he loves trains. We got a Yankee candle, and then we got a gift worth $100 that I can't say what it is here because it's actually the perfect gift for a family member, and we're going to give it to that person for Christmas. So literally this raffle prize took care of like 3 people, at least 3, maybe 4 people for Christmas.
Who's
so
getting the candle?
I don't know who needs the candle. I don't even know what scent it is yet. I didn't get that far, but very, very awesome beginner's luck. I feel very blessed. So it was a really good night. It was a fun Christmas party and it was a good night. Okay guys, so I am currently doing a little meal prep for my lunches this week. I actually really, really love squash, like any squash, most squash. So this is part of that big giant pumpkin that I got for free in October still. So pumpkin is actually a very, very bland squash. So what I'm doing is I'm roasting this. I coated it with some Pam cooking spray, and then because it is very, very bland, I used a lot of this everything but the bagel sesame seasoning. So I'm going to roast this at 400 degrees, probably about 20 minutes, give it a stir, and then roast for another 20 minutes. This is the first pan. I'm going to do 2 pans so that I can have this for lunches this week. And what I'm going to do is just separate it into 5 containers and then top each day's container with different toppings like chicken and pasta sauce and poached eggs and whatever else I can think up this week. So this is going to be the base for all of my lunches this week. So I want to make sure it's really nice and flavorful. So I may add a little more of this, and I might actually add some Italian seasoning as well. I'm going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes and then give it a stir. Okay guys, so this is what I decided to have. This is a lovely piping hot glass of mulled spiced wine. There is a lemon wedge, which I'm going to squeeze all inside of that, and there's also a cinnamon stick in there somewhere. It kind of dropped down below the surface. So it's also really good with orange slices, but I don't have any of that tonight. So I'm having a glass of this mulled spiced wine. It is 8 ounces for 8 smart points, and I decided for my snack or my whatever I'm going to eat after this, I'm going to wait and have some of that roasted pumpkin with maybe 1 poached egg on the top. So if I have that, I'll show you guys what I have when I have it. For now, I'm having this for another 8 smart points. Okay, I literally almost sat down to that cup of mulled wine, and I remembered I have to run a mile. Yeah, I've been working in the kitchen for feels like an hour. Took 45 minutes to drive home. We had to stop at the dollar store. I'm ready to relax with a glass of wine, and I have to run a mile. But I was like, I literally do not even care. I was like, I don't care, I don't want to do it. But we're over halfway through. I can't fail myself like that. So here I go. I'm gonna run my mile. Okay, that was not so bad. It was 10 minutes and done. I'm so glad I did not quit. I didn't let myself down. I didn't let everybody and the running streak down. And now I'm gonna go in and enjoy that hot spiced wine and wrap a million presents. Cause you guys, it's a week until Christmas. A week. I have presents to get in the mail.